Hey everyone, my name is Amanda, and today I'm going to be making my first YouTube video. I would like to share with you some recent dreams and visions that I feel like the Lord has been giving me. I feel like they're warnings from Him on things that are to come. I'd like to go ahead and share with you a dream that I had on December the 26th this past year. And here's what I've wrote down. So early this morning, I had a dream that a bad storm was coming. I thought it was a tornado. The wind was picking up, and I remember the kids, the dog, and the cat were all outside. It's like we were in a field similar to our yard, but it wasn't our yard. Anyway, it was up on a hill and it was getting very, very dark. So I gathered up the kids and made them go inside. My great grandma was in this dream. She was outside on the front porch wearing a white nightgown. I kept trying to get her inside, but she was walking very slow. So I picked her up and ran with her inside. I felt very anxious because I knew that the storm was fastly approaching. Finally, I ran back outside to gather the dog and the cat and make them come in. I sort of tossed the animals inside when suddenly this very eerie stillness came over me. I remember looking all around the field, and it was so calm that I knew that we were in the calm before the storm, that everything was about to hit, and that's when I woke up. So I had that dream on December 26th, and I remember when I woke up, I felt very anxious, like, not scared, but knowing that the time was fastly approaching. Like the Lord was showing me that that's the time that we are currently in. I've had dreams before where tornadoes were coming, but the stillness in that dream right before I woke up was so eerie. It was gut-wrenching. I've actually been in a tornado before, and I remember that calmness before the tornado hit. And there was just a small window of time before it happened. And the awesome thing about it is actually that my great grandma, the one that was in the dream, she's the one that raised me most of my life. And when I was in the tornado when I was younger, she was in that tornado with me. Anyway, one of the very interesting things that I found out with this dream is how God used her in this dream. She was on the front porch, and she's actually been dead now, or she passed away back in 1998. But my great grandma's name is Myrtle, and Myrtle in Hebrew is Hadass, if I said that right, which also means Esther. And Esther is a picture of the bride. And if you remember what I said about my grandma being on the front porch, she was wearing a white nightgown. And I kind of wondered if that meant that this is something that both heaven and earth is getting ready for. Her symbolizing heaven, or is she symbolizing the bride getting ready? Or is it a double meaning? Both of those have come to mind. That it actually could be a double meaning, that the bride needs to get him ready, go inside, go to your safe place. But also, is she a representation of heaven, meaning that that this is something that heaven is getting ready for as well. But another thing with my grandma is that her life was really interesting because she was born and she died on her birthday, which reminds me of Enoch, which is also symbolic of the church, with him, how he walked with God, and how a lot of people had, thought maybe with the church could be raptured on their birthday. I'm not going there with that, but I'm saying my dream actually, it's just interesting how God used her and everything about her as a symbol of the bride. That's just something that's come to my mind. Well, shortly after this dream, it was about a week later, my husband actually came to me and told me that he had a dream. And my husband doesn't really have dreams like this. So when he has one, I listen, because rarely, this is maybe the second time he's ever had one, maybe the first. He just doesn't have dreams or anything that he ever remembers. But about a week later, he had a dream that we were being attacked by North Korea. He said that in this dream, it happened suddenly, that he had heard that it was like a news broadcast or something, that we were being attacked. We were under nuclear war, and he was just trying to calm me down, and he woke up. And it was something that also got him by the gut. It was something that kind of shook him. And so he shared that with me, and a few days after that happened, then Hawaii had the false alarm for the nuclear, warhead coming towards them. So I just feel like the Lord's really impressed it upon me to share this with you. I apologize if I sound like I'm rambling. It's not. I have not done this before, and I just want to make sure that I make this pretty clear as to what the Lord is showing me. But again, in this dream, I feel like the Lord is saying that we are in that window of time. I feel like He's showing everybody, or not everybody, He's just giving a lot of people the same warning to get ready, to get your life right with Him, to pray for your loved ones, to intercede for them, um, and just make sure that no matter what's coming upon us, that you're ready. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and share the scripture with you on John 3:36. Whoever believes in the Son has an eternal life, but whoever rejects the Son will not see life, for God's wrath remains on them. And I just pray that for any of you that haven't turned your life over to the Lord, that you can really just understand that all of these people that are given these dreams and visions, we're not making this up. This is enough to move us to do something, to actually share this with you so that we can help you, to warn you before it hits, so that you won't be able to say one day before, when you face the Lord, that you weren't given the proper warning, because you have. You've been warned. For years, people are being warned. So anyway, I'm sorry again if I'm rambling. It really, everything, all of these dreams that I've been writing down, it's just coming to head, the way that the storms are turning in, the way that they're progressing. So anyway, thanks for being patient with me, and God bless.